Hey peeps, what's going on? Welcome back to another reefing video. I hope everyone's been well, and hope everyone's tank's been doing good. I just wanted to do a quick sort of overview of the tank and the corals. I showed you guys the tank off last week, but I didn't really go too in depth with all the species and stuff. So I guess I'll just start, with the left side of the tank, which is it's mainly going to be an LPS sort of island that I'm trying to create. As you can see, there's obviously mostly Euphilia based LPS corals in that of a small little hammer garden. I currently have 4 hammer corals placed almost strategically around the rock to give them sort of enough space to expand and stuff, and trying to mix the colors. I do love the green ones, so those are the ones I obviously go for the most. But I just sort of went with hammers because they're pretty easy to care for. There's not really too much to them, and they look pretty good, and they can obviously grow pretty fast in the right conditions. So yeah, I went with mostly hammers on the left side. I also do have a Duncan coral there. I've had this tank for about I've had this coral for about I want to say maybe 4 to 5 months now. I bought it originally for my little fluval tank, just as sort of like an experimental coral, and it did actually really well in pretty harsh conditions. I never changed the water, but it it's loving life. It opens up really massive every day, and I believe it's growing new heads sort of all the time. Next, sort of below the main LPS rock, I have a few different other more fleshy LPS corals, like a Cinerina and a what I believe is a button scully. I did get the button scully for pretty cheap because it was like a semi-fragged piece, so I got that from one of my local fish shops. And it's slowly growing back into a full round scully. So yeah, and here's just a side shot of the tank, just to show you how I've kind of lined up the 2 different islands of the aquascape. And yeah, it's obviously pretty open, the scape, which is what I wanted to go for, compared to my other scapes that I've done in the past that have just been more sort of stacked with rocks. I really wanted to sort of open up the scape, let the water really flow through. Here I'm just showing you guys one of my fungia corals that I've also had for about 4 or 5 months, also doing really well. Very, very easy coral to keep, and they when you feed them, they puff up like massive. As you guys can see, I am going through a bit of a diatom bloom, mainly brought on by obviously new tank. It's just under 3 months old, so just dealing with that. And here's one of the 2 fish that I currently have in the tank. It's a blue chromius, doing all right. I also have a bristle-tooth tang in there, but yeah, things are going pretty well at the moment. So if you go towards the right side of the sort of LPS island, I have a smaller rock where I'm planning to do mostly acan corals, or micromusa as I believe they're called now. So here I have one. I did have some hermit crabs that were eating a bit of it, so they are in the process of regrowing. And now more to the right side of the tank, we'll go to, this is pretty much probably the most expensive rock I have in terms of corals so far. It's an orange rhodactis and a few frags of utter chaos. Probably not that expensive really, but I know utter chaos a few years ago was quite a bit if you wanted to get them. But just been pretty much in love with those utter chaos, man. The colors are sick. They don't come out on camera obviously with not having filter, but yeah. Here is not a recent addition, but I've had it for about, I'd say, a month and a half now. It is a clam. I'm not too sure if it's a croakia, a Tridacna croakia. I don't think it's a maxima. The fish shop I got it from didn't really know what it was either. But yeah, it seems to be doing really well. The mantle's always open. It reacts to light changes and stuff. So really happy with that. Next, I'll show you guys a few Zoophags that I got. Here are some Bam Bams. This is all on the right side of the tank, so another small island. I also got these are scrambled eggs, I believe. Sorry about the poor shot. I kind of put it towards the back of the skate just because it was a really small frag. And these are some Sunny D's that unfortunately haven't been really opening lately, but hopefully they sort of bounce back. Here's just a sort of overview shot of the right side, so I'll show you some of the morphs and stuff I have. Just some morphs that I've pretty much had for quite a while. The one that you saw first at least. And there's a sort of more of a rare morph, like a pink sort of purple morph. There's already another head growing sort of underneath. So I was pretty happy with that. And sort of towards the front, I have another Signorina. So I had one on the left and this is the one on the right. It's about 3 or 4 times the size. Not sure on placement of this one, so I just sort of have it in a low flow part of the tank on the sand. Here's a Sinularia, which unfortunately closed just before I started filming. It usually closes at around 6 p.m. every day. I started filming about 6:30, so but it's doing really well, guys. I'll have some shots of it on my Insta later. Here's my rock of Rastazoas. Another coral I've had for quite a while, over 6-7 months. Was in one of my fluval tanks for ages, but it is doing well. It's growing. Rastazoa is one of the easiest to keep. And here is a soft coral that I got about a few weeks ago. That opens honestly every few days. I'll be completely honest. The polyps haven't really been open in the last few days, so I'm not too sure what's going on. It was just sort of a recommendation from a friend that when I got at the fish shop. But I don't really know what soft coral it is. If you guys know, let me know. But yeah, I don't think it's doing too well, to be honest. But I don't know. We'll kind of we'll see how it goes. And yeah, this is just sort of a full tank shot. Nothing is obviously in its final spot, I guess, on the right side at least. There are a few things I might be moving around, and this is just showing you the different wave makers I got. I got the QP5 on the right and the CJ Nano on the left. But yeah, obviously not much fish, just mainly cleanup crew. Got my 2 Trocus, my Strombus snail, and about 10 Neisseria snails. I've had the bulk of that cleanup crew for about a year now, just moving between different tanks, so they're always trusty and reliable. I am getting some pretty big diatom blooms on the rocks now, but no need to panic because I'm completely normal. And I'll just show you guys my sump now and pretty much the bottom cabinet before we wrap up the video. Sorry about the poor lighting. I didn't really look at the viewfinder to adjust it, but anyway, this is the right side where the auto top of reservoir is and all the cables and stuff. It's poorly cable managed. I've just kind of chucked everything in. It will be managed eventually. And here is the left side, which is obviously the sump. So I don't use filter socks. I just use filter cups with filter floss that I change out every week or every second week. And this is an Aqua EL Wi-Fi sort of thermometer that alerts me if the temperature goes too high or too low. You can set a like different temps to when you get like notifications and stuff. I do have like a small refugium running with a Tunes EcoChick refugium light and just a small Amazon light. I do have some red dragon macroalgae in there and a few other types of macroalgae. Some of it's growing okay, a lot of it's died back because I recently moved it from another tank. But yeah, it seems to be doing alright. I'm still tossing up whether to take out the middle baffle and sort of make the whole chamber a refugium. But I'm not sure how much that will affect this skimmer in terms of, macroalgae getting caught in the pump and stuff. But because the skimmer's obviously, as you can see, it's skimming pretty well. And that's just a return pump, a CJ Pro with my auto top-off sensor. But that's sort of the skim mate we're pulling out. Skimmer's been running for about a month and a half in this new tank. It's already rocking. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the sump. I'm still got to clean it up and things like that. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this update video. I haven't really added anything in about a week or two. We're at day 70, I believe, of the tank. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a good one. Peace.